Good morning and welcome again to another episode of CIO Desk. On this episode, I will expand the previous video with the personal log practices that I've been following for years. These tools complements the successful meetings, and basically the best practice that I want to share with you came up to me many years ago, and I was inspired by the different books, different movies and TV series in which the captain of a ship, it could be a marine or a stellar ship, have a personal log, the captain's log. I was inspired by this practice and I started to take it for myself. It's not a diary, it's a personal log, captain's log, which is a log that records the perspective of the person in charge. In this case, when you are a CIO, you are like a captain of the ship. Everyone reports on you. You have the responsibility of the results of the total area. And you need to have enormous memory, an enormous capability of achieve and resolve particular issues. So that's why I implemented this practice. And the captain's log should have several particularities. The first one is secret. It's personal. It's not shared with anyone. It's only for you. It can be maintained handwritten in a sheet of paper, which is the way I'll do it. But you can also have it automatic. You can have it voice record, or you can have video record, like the one that I'm doing now, or you can have it handwritten in Excel or Word in a magnetic file. The one that I like the most is the handwritten in paper. And the methodology I follow is I open every day a new page in the famous Franklin Covey agenda. And for every meeting that I have, I devote one piece of paper. And I included in that particular date the major topic that I'm following up or taking notes. Then I record the date on top of it and the time to the left column of the page. And it is important the time, because sometimes you take during the day different actions regarding the same topic. It is important to know exactly at what time you took decisions, or you collected a feeling, or you collected a compromise from your staff, or you remember to do something. You go and record the time. It's important to have the time. So connecting this personal log with the successful meetings, what you have to put there in your log is the time in which you were addressing every single topic. In two columns. In the left column, you record the issue that you are understanding, as I said in the previous video. What is the what and when. It's only the two dimensions that you need to understand. What happened and when it happened. And in the right column of this, at the same level, you have to record the compromise. You have to record again what and when. What is going to be done to overcome this issue, and when it's going to be completed. The responsible, it's immersed in the meeting, because the responsible is not you, is your participant. So a couple of initials will tell you whose name is the responsible to do what. So it's going to be part of do not require a particular column. It's part of the text, only the initials, the capital letter of the initials of the person taking the responsibility. This best practice will help you to have memory of every single compromise, every single action that is correlated to issues in every particular meeting on any particular follow-up that you are taking. It is fantastic, for instance, to go back in time 5 years ago on Monday at 9:30 a.m. why I was addressing at that particular moment, whose participants were part of that meeting, what were the compromises. In the next iteration, if that compromise was completed, what was the result, how it was completed and closed, and what new issue took place instead of this one. It is a very good practice. I invite you to address and to have this in your radar, implemented. It works perfectly. And as I said before, the observer of this practice is only you. I strongly recommend you do not share it with anyone, the content I mean, because it's in your terms. This will give you the power of lead successful meetings, and the perception in the other side, the person in front of you, will think you have a very good memory, because you will be repeating the exact issues that you were addressing 5 weeks ago. And what was the result of 5 weeks ago? And what was the compromise? And why the compromise? If you track the compromise week after week after week, you can determine if there are lack of attention, lack of training, lack of participation, and you take decisions based on hard information. You have elected specific points that will support your decisions. So this is interesting. You should consider to start recording your personal log. Your personal log, it's breakdown by topics. It's not a personal log in which you go to one book, and in your book in one day you have different topics one after the other in the same page. No. That's not what I'm proposing. I'm proposing break up personal log by successful meetings. If you have, for instance, in a week 10 or different successful meetings which you personally are leading, then you will have broken down your notes in the different days. So in order to see one specific topic, you have to navigate date after date after date back in time to determine the exact moment in which one topic was closed. And because the handwritten techniques that you can use abbreviations, you can use specific symbols that tell you something about your, for instance, I used to use emoticons. In one meeting, when I'm frustrated, I draw a mad face or a happy face or a surprising face, which determines me 3 or 6 weeks ago how was my mood when I received that information. And instead of reflect that mood to the audience, to my invitee, I reflected to myself, and I maintain my ethics, as I said in the previous video, unemotional, not connected with the feedback. No, it's not the time to give feedback. It's only to understand what is happening and why we're not done the things the way they should be done. I hope with this second video you have another tool for you to do successful follow-up on your meetings, and you will see that after applying this technique you will be exponentially obtaining results out of your reportees, and you will be perceived as professional, as an unlimited memory, as someone that is taking care of every individual point and never leave something open. Always you close what was supposed to be closed. I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Give me your comments in the below of this video. and I will be more than happy to contact with you if you have particular questions. And as I said before, I plan to upload one video every week, and giving you different practices, tools, and share with you my experience over these years. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.